This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom. People, do you understand what that word freedom means? If not, get a damn dictionary. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Hey, good Thursday morning. What a great morning. And I sincerely want to thank everybody in the 114th Legislative District, in the my outer district, not down in East St. Louis and Washington Park and Centerville and Allerton and Cahokia. Got screwed down there, but hey, that's okay. That's what elections are all about. But see, I didn't get screwed. The good people of the 114th Legislative District got screwed. Now, I want to see Mark. Okay, now, people, you heard the disclaimer. I'm the Grim Reaper. There ain't nothing good come out of anybody that says they're the Grim Reaper of anything. So you can hold your ears, because I'm about ready to say Mark the Big Faggot Kern. So if you don't want to hear Mark the Big Faggot Kern, turn the radio station off. This no-good son of a bitch has promised everybody everything. Of course, they've done that the last 4 years, the last 8 years, the last 12 years, the last 16 years. I want to see the good people of East St. Louis. What you're going to get. You're going to get screwed again. You guys know that. But the quick fix, the $20 fix for the muscatel and the snoots, that's what kept you going. And let's get this straight, people. I'm not a racist by any means. I'm a realist. There's a lot of proud black people in East St. Louis, below the hill, and all throughout this great country of ours. There's a lot of them. I'm not stupid enough to think because somebody's black, he's no good. But I'm talking about the plantation Negroes. I'm talking about the Nicaraguans. I'm talking about the son of a bitches that sell out the proud blacks. And it's a shame, because there are a lot of proud black people down there, and I want to distinguish between them and the plantation Negroes. You understand me? And it's not an insult to the proud black. They want me to distinguish between the two. But I got to say, for this election, they spent about $2.5 million, people. They sent hit pieces out on me, and I knew I was going to get hit. I'm not a perfect candidate. That's why decent people don't run, because there's always a few skeletons in everybody's closet. So they don't run. I was going to run. You know, when you get in a fight, you know you're going to get bloodied up, and I didn't mind that at all. What I mind was the hypocrisy. Kern talked about me, obstruction of justice, being a felon. If you people, and I know it really doesn't interest you guys all that much, but if you would take a look at the people that they give money to, the Mike Collinses, the Tyrone Bills, the Terrence Stitz, these son of a bitches have big, long rap sheets for murder. There's a couple of them that work with committeemen that are child molesters, and Kern give all them money, but I'm the bad guy? Murders, getting him votes, Kern giving them money, Sprague giving them money. Child molesters, Kern giving them money, Sprague giving them money. Domestic batteries, beat the hell out of their wives, Kern and Sprague give them money. But see, that's their felons. Charlie Powell, a felon. All these felons. But see, that's how hypocritical Kern and Sprague and the St. Clair County Democratic culture corruption is. And And you people fell for it. You fell for it again. But that's okay. There's going to be another election another time, and you can't cry over spilt milk. But I look at these rap sheets. Michael V. Collins. Go to the circuit clerk's office, people. Go on the computer. 69 charges. Perjury for election code. Perjury for election code. Perjury for election code. Perjury for election code. Manipulation of election material. Manipulation of election material. Reckless driving, battery. False pretense. These are Kern's felons, but that's okay. See, they're down there on the plantation, and that's okay. Tyrone Bills. First-degree murder, aggravated battery, armed robbery, burglary, unlawful possession of a weapon by a felon, domestic battery, beating the hell out of, I guess, his wife. And these are the good guys, people. These are the guys that supported Kern, supported Sprague. These are the guys that took money from us. Bunch of thieving son of a bitches. And not the proud blacks. These lousy, lying, rotten bastards. Terrence Stitt. What an idiot. I'm surprised he's smart enough to wipe his ass when he takes a crap. Well, of course, he's a nice guy out of the group. He's only got 40 charges, from disorderly conduct to battery, criminal damage to property, DUI. I mean, these guys are unbelievable. But see, those are Kern's people. So I hope you people understand how hypocritical Kern and Sprague and the St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption is. Oh, I don't want to forget R.C. Clark. R.C. Clark. What do you got those sheep and those goats in your backyard for? You are a greasy son of a bitch, R.C. Clark. If you know it. You're a true Nicaraguan, if you know what I mean. And I think you do. That means you're from Nicaragua. That's where Ortega. He's the president. He's a no-good sleazy bum, and so are you. That's why I call you guys Nicaraguans. And if you don't like the way I pronounce that, kiss my white, hairy, stinky ass. See, I'm tired. People, when you say something, when you don't agree with someone, they want to start giving you hell. Well, you know what? I'm going to start giving them hell because they don't agree with me. But all these bums, all these politicians down in East St. Louis, hell, there was less crime going on in prison than there is down in East St. Louis. But do you think the East St. Louis, do you think they give a damn? They don't give a damn. They'll take their $5, their $10. And it's partially because of the white boys in Belleville keeping them on the plantation. But if that's what the blacks want, hey, and I'm going to tell all of yous down there, don't call me for anything. Don't call me for a penny. I don't give a damn if you starve. Last year you didn't starve. Bob Romanik gave you $25,000 to eat. You didn't get too hot when I brought down 200 fans, and the families of the I don't know how to even put it. The families of the poor children that were killed down there that I helped bury. Don't call me again. Don't ever call me again. Call Kern. Call Greenwood. Call the people that promised you everything that's going to give you nothing. And it hurts me to say that, people. But I'm not going to be taken advantage of. I'm not going to be a fool. And that's what you get when you're down there. Harry Hollingsworth, my buddy. What a greasy bastard he is. Edith Moore. Now that skank, she was the city manager. Doesn't even have a GED. They all took the money. They had their hands out. And then somebody said, you talk about those blacks? Well, you get $200,000-$300,000 misappropriated. That's the term we'll use. Amika, you stinker Jackson, her and her greasy old man, her dad, Eddie the gerbil Jackson. She takes $25,000, $35,000. She's going to be for the coalition to stop this corruption. See, I'm spending my money to stop this corruption. I wasn't going to take a salary. I don't give a damn about the money. Apparently they do. But Eddie Jackson, he goes down. He gets run out of the race because Charlie Powell and Greenwood said they were going to be for me. But he goes back there crawling. Hey, Eddie, your knee's got to be hurting, you greasy bastard. Crawling back to Eddie, crawling back to Charlie Powell and Alonzo Greenwood. Well, you're less than a man, Eddie Jackson. What a piece of crap. Now, you can go back to Glen Carbon, where I believe that you've lived for the last 5 or 6 years. Hell, you don't want to live down there in East St. Louis. And I did have somebody say, and we're going to talk about racism. See, nobody's going to scare me to say I'm a racist. You can't shut me up. You can't shut up a true American. I had a proud black man tell me yesterday, he said, Bob, I listen to you all the time. And he says, tell this to your listeners. If you drop off a black man at 50th and West Main in Belleville with money in his pocket, nothing's going to happen. He can walk down the street. This is a proud black man. But he says, tell him to drop a white man off with money at 15th and Bond in East St. Louis. And he says within an hour, this is a gentleman telling me, a proud black gentleman, that within an hour you'll be calling the coroner's office. Now, why is there a difference? There's a difference because we let there be a difference. And I want to segue in. I'm trying to find, hey, I appreciate all the good emails. See, if I kept reading all the good emails, everybody would think it was self-serving and it'd take 2 or 3 hours. I like reading some of the bad emails. Here, let's see, where do we have here? Come on, General Manager. This is from Dave Buchanan. I think he's a personal friend of Mark, the big faggot Kern. I think they probably go to the Y together, but neither one of them look like they've been working out. Hey, you guys, you can't work out. You can't get muscles if you spend the whole day, instead of working out, if you spend it in the locker room, if you know what I mean. So Dave Buchanan tells me, come on, General Manager. Stop already with the ridiculous tiptoe spot. What the hell do you care? It's a 45-second spot. If you can't take 45 seconds of something you don't like, you better go to another country, Dave Buchanan, you complete idiot. Derogatory name calling is about as unprofessional as it gets. How many times you know, he must have crap in his ears. I've told you, I'm not a professional radio guy. I'm an angry American who's commandeered the airways. I speak for all of us, the vast, vast majority. Nobody wants to listen to your gripes. You idiot. Then quit listening. And then here's what the real part is. Long-time listener. One must be from China. Love you long time. You and Kern love each other long time, you idiot. Long-time listener, about to turn you off for good, forever. What do you mean about to turn me off? What the hell do you mean about to turn me off? Do both of us a favor, you idiot. Turn it off now, you dumbass. But I got to say, Dave Buchanan, I should have shut it off last night after I left your wife's bedroom. After I left your wife's bedroom last night, I should have shut the radio off. I should have turned it to another channel, but I didn't. And I apologize. Maybe tonight when I revisit your wife because she wants a man, and you're far from being a man, David Buchanan. Maybe I'll turn it to maybe I'll turn it to the Disney Channel for you so you can listen about all the fairies, if you know what I mean. And Dave Buchanan, you got a problem, give me a call. But when you people call me, my enemies, you're going to answer my questions, and then I'll answer yours. I'm not going to let you have an agenda without me being able to get my point across. So, Dave Buchanan, if you want to call me, have your wife call me. She's got my number. I want to always say hi to and thank Jerry Rosh. Says he's wondering if these people are too stupid to know how to turn the off-on button on the radio, how it works. Jerry Rosh, a true veteran, he says, how embarrassing would it be? Jerry Rosh, a true veteran out of Mascoutah again, always thank you. To the station manager from Brandon Walker. Now, this guy, he's got to be a complete idiot. I want you to listen to this. I am appalled and deeply hurt at Bob Romanik and his new white power agenda. Do you people understand this, idiot? See, that's how people flip the script. I am appalled and deeply hurt at Bob Romanik's and his new white power agenda. We started the National Association for Majority Equality. I've got the sign here at the station. Equality for everyone, regardless of race, for everyone. Now, Brandon Walker from Chesterfield. Oh, you're a rich white guy in Chesterfield. Get your ass over here to the black community. Don't talk. You hypocritical white hunky cracker son of a bitch. In my white power agenda. That's your opinion, Brandon Walker. And by the way, do they let sheep? They let sheep and goats in Chesterfield? Because if not, you're probably without a sex life, you idiot. And Brandon, you can call me, and I know you listen. I like these guys that get pissed off, but they keep listening. And that's what radio's about, getting listeners. And I'll tell you, I've got a zillion of them. So my enemies as much as my friends, thank you for listening. Here, Romanik has developed a reputation over the years for making hateful and disgusting public comments. Now, they're not hateful. They're disgusting. I tell you, there ain't nothing good come out of the Grim Reaper. Don't you hear my disclaimer coming in? If you're offended by anything, if you're offended by someone breathing, don't listen. But these idiots got to listen. Often with a bigoted message. It's not ever a bigoted message. It's a real message. And I am a proud white man. If that makes me a bigot, if that makes me a racist, then I'm the biggest racist in town because I'm proud to be white. If I was black, I'd be just as proud to be black. So don't you try to take anything away from me, Brandon Walker, or the whole white community. Romanik has a long history of outrageous and violent rhetoric. Where the hell have I ever said anything violent? I don't even wish my enemies violent. Political violence, which means running them out of office. In 2015, after a shooting, now listen to this, people. This guy must be, after the shooting incident of the innocent Michael Brown, Romanik stated that he feared Mark Kern would stir up a race war here in St. Clair County. I never once said that. Who the hell you listening to, Brandon Walker? You idiot. I guess you don't get good radio reception in a gay bathhouse, though. I don't know. Maybe you do. Who knows? After the shooting of innocent Michael Brown, I suggest you part ways with this monster. Signed, Brandon Walker, Chesterfield, Missouri. Hey, Brandon, you apologize. I demand an apology for the monster, because I'm worse than the monster. You apologize to that poor monster, will you? See, most people won't read negative things. They'll read all the positive. I like reading negative because I want to hear everybody's side. But Brandon Walker, why don't you give me a call? You cannot find one show where I ever had violent rhetoric. Never. I never even wish my enemies any ill will physically. Never, ever. And so you're a lying son of a bitch to even think that I said something like that. And for you to talk about the shooting of the innocent Michael Brown, what a complete idiot. Here's another one. James, I guess, Lasworth. This email, blah, 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 is about the dirty trickster, Bob Romanik. How the hell am I a dirty trickster? I let everybody know when I throw a rock. I wave both my hands. I want people to know where it come from. So I'm not a trickster. Trickster's someone like Kern who lies about the people that support him, all the felons down in East St. Louis, the rapists, the murderers, the drug pushers. You heard Karen Kaysen? Proud Karen Kaysen, a PhD out of East St. Louis, a proud black lady, a very proud black lady. When I interviewed her, she talked about the killers, the rapists, getting votes down there. And Karen, what do you think about this entire situation?
The handkerchief head niggers in East St. Louis controlling the house niggers, and they in turn control the field niggers.
Now that was a proud black lady, and she's got every right to say what the hell she wants to say. That's the problem, people. That's the problem. All his hypocrisy. All these criminals down in East St. Louis, and we'll pull up that about her talking about the killers and the rapists, and they're all down there. Kern didn't tell you about all them, all the support he got from them. But anyway, he has his political dirty tricks. What kind of dirty tricks? I was out front on everything I say, and I'll continue to be out front on everything I say. He has an extensive history of violent, racist, and sexist comments. Never have had a racist comment. I have racial comments. When I think a black man or woman has done something wrong, I'm going to talk about him. But see, to you zealots here, to you idiots, if a white man talks about a racial problem, he's a racist. And I'm far from being a racist. Currently, now listen, people, he started an anti-minority group. Well, that's a hell of a way to package it. I started an anti-minority group with the acronym NAME, National Association for Majority Equality. And that's an anti-minority group? No, that's a pro-majority group. That's a pro-majority group. Do you hear me, people? But see, there's got to be a black guy. And not a proud black man, because a proud black man would agree that the whites should get equal treatment along with the blacks. I come up in the housing projects. I never got equal treatment. I never want to hear anybody talk about what I owe the slaves. I don't owe the slaves nothing. I live worse than a slave. So everybody, white, black, green, blue, can all kiss my red, white, and blue, hairy, stinkle, wrinkled ass. I don't owe anybody an apology, and I don't owe anybody anything. Because I had nothing to do with slavery. Nothing. But for this asswipe, James Lashworth, I started an anti-minority group. Along with Bob's hateful and hurtful comments, his call, now listen to this, his call for Mark Kern to be executed numerous times. What an idiot this guy is. I call for Mark Kern to be executed many times. There's nothing, I don't want him executed. I want him alive and breathing so I can aggravate him for the next 20 years. So James Lashworth, you're a complete idiot. On Tuesday, Romanik called Councilman Tyrone Bills of East St. Louis a stupid plantation Negro, and Romanik promotes conspiracy theories about the Kern and Sprague families murdering dozens of people. What kind of hallucinogenic medication are you on, you sheep-screwing idiot? What kind of crap is that? You know, if you clean out the ears of your crap, you dirty, stinky bastard, you'd find out that I always say, I wish and I've always wished everyone, including my political enemies, good health. Bad political health, of course, meaning thrown out of office. But you idiot, the conspiracy theories about the Kern and Sprague families murdering dozens of people. Man, I don't remember that show. Maybe. James Lashworth, people, do you understand these ignorant people, these no-good, ignorant son of a bitches? And let me tell you, I'm far from being a racist, but if anybody thinks they're going to scare me or stop me from saying what the hell I feel, this is America. I'm not talking as a white man. I'm not talking as a black man. I'm talking as an American. You understand that, you idiots out there? Got students in Edwardsville. They're protesting. Got students in Ladue protesting, black students. And if it was white, hey, there's enough white crap. I give nobody more hell than I give Mark, the big faggot, Kern, and Bob. I like pissing in my pants, Sprague, those two idiots. Nobody. And they're white. And sometimes I'm ashamed to be white, and to be associated with them, I'm really ashamed to be white. But here's two black gals in Ladue. Some stupid, white, ignorant son of a bitch did say, hey, you ought to go to the back of the bus. And that's stupid. And that's somewhat racist, I guess, but these are kids. But now there's a big protest. There's a big protest in Ladue. And you got the black 15-year-old students confronting the white administrators, trying to talk down. I don't give a damn if it's a white administrator or black. You don't talk down to an administrator at a school because some stupid white son of a bitch said go to the back of the bus. Hey, and that pisses me off because I started at the back of the bus. And I worked hard, and now I'm at the front of the bus. And you've heard me before. Now get the crap out of your ears, people that don't listen to what I say. I've earned my seat at the front of the bus, and I'm a white man. I don't give a damn if you're white, you're black. I don't give a damn if you're my brother. If you've earned a seat at the front of the bus, and it's nothing to do with racial, if you've earned your seat at the front of the bus, I'll move over. I'll make room for you. But if you think you're going to take my seat, you guys are crazier than I am. Got a caller? Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
Quick side note, called St. Clair County. I wanted the printout of everybody who's on the East St. Louis Board of Elections, how much they make, what their job is, who they're accountable to. And the only answer I got is that's mandated by Springfield. So they're Mike Madigan's monkeys with car keys down there on that election board. Not that the guys down here don't benefit. I'm getting deeper into it. When it comes to racism, we need a little lesson here. When the Irish came to this country, when the Catholics came to this country, when many different races and ethnicities came to this country, they were treated badly. Were they treated like slaves? No, but they worked in sweatshops if they could get a job. And they starved, and they scraped, and they sweated, and they earned their way. They earned their place in society through hard work and good citizenship. The black people in this country need to get on their damn knees and thank every conservative.
Well, wait a minute, Cynthia. I disagree with you. I think every black plantation Negro, every black that thinks he's owed something, there's a lot of proud blacks out there that come up the hard way. Let's don't put them in the same category, but go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is the whiners and the complainers and the ones who are still trying to game the system to get some sort of edge on the rest of us, as if we owe them. They want to take from us so they can feel better about having taken from us, not so they can even feel better about having more.
Now, Cynthia, this is not the proud blacks. Let's distinguish between the two, because I won't go there, because there are a lot of proud blacks that have worked and earned everything they've got. So let's talk about the entitlement bastards, but go ahead.
The troublemakers are who I'm talking about.
Okay, thank you.
It was the Republican Party that gave them civil rights. What other ethnic group in this country ever had special legislation brought up, passed, and enforced just because they were a member of that specific minority that made it impossible to treat them badly anymore? Or at least you faced consequences. None. Everybody else had to come up 100% the hard way. It was white Northerners that helped to free the black slaves in the South. I'm tired of this. We don't owe them anything anymore. Between between welfare and food stamps and medical care for 40, 50, 60 years now, the debt has been paid if there ever was one. And I don't think there ever was one in our generation, because I challenge any one of them to pull up their shirt sleeves or their pant legs and show me the bruises and the scars from chains. And I don't want to hear how it's on their hearts. My people built the pyramids. I know what's on people's hearts. And you can either be big enough to rise above it, like the good blacks, the proud blacks, or you can be a whiny little tool of somebody like Mike Madigan, Mark Kern, Tom Holbrook, and the list goes on and on and on. Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, all of them.
Honey, thank you very much, but you're right to a point. But I say everyone, black, white, Hispanic, good and bad, everyone deserves in this great country, and everyone is afforded and should be afforded listen to this operative word, honey, the opportunity to be successful, the opportunity to have a good life. Now, here's what happens in East St. Louis, and I can't talk about Chicago and the other black areas. There's a lot of proud blacks who bust their ass, and I'm proud to be their friend. And if they don't like when I talk racial issues, then they weren't my friends anyway, and we'll let that go. But I got to give you, number one, it was the blacks that brought the blacks over as slaves and sold to the whites, but that story's way past. Let's get out of that crap. But it's the whites in Belleville, it's the whites in these counties that make the blacks lazy. Now, there's some lazy blacks no matter whatever happens. There's some lazy whites no matter what happens. But see, the white boys in Belleville, the Kerns, the Spragues, they want to keep everybody on that political plantation. They don't want you to have a job. Look at the jobs they give Herbie the hemorrhoid Simmons, this greasy son of a bitch, the mayor of East Carondelet, dyes his hair. This is a greasy, fat bastard. And if he wasn't fat, I wouldn't call him fat. He makes $135,000 a year because he kisses Kern's ass. He don't get any votes. He's not qualified. You think they'd give that to a qualified black man? No. Then the qualified black man becomes independent. You think they give Big Head Bergman, the ex-mayor of Cahokia who screwed everything up, you think they give him the opportunity? Yes, they do. Do they give a black man the opportunity to have that $100,000 a year do-nothing job? Hell no. And see, it's the blacks. Some of them aren't lazy. They're just stupid because they take the $10, $20. They take the $10, $20 and they move on. You know, East St. Louis could have been great again. I don't give a damn what anybody says. I would have helped develop that riverfront. I was going to put $10, $15 million of my own money down there. When you start a new land development, when you start a new housing development, what do you have to do? You have to put a spec house. I was going to put our spec house down in East St. Louis, the town I was born and raised in, the town that I still love. Don't like what's going on in the town. Going to have a concert venue, a restaurant, a banquet center, a theater, right close to the Casino Queen. People would have saw the vision. Now let LaToya Greenwood, Lonzo Greenwood, Mark Kern, Bob Sprague, you've heard the last of them, except 4 years from now. You good people down in East St. Louis were okey-for-doke. But see, I'm going to live good. And I wish everybody down there can live good. But as long as you're still on the plantation, you're going to live, you're not going to be slaves, but you're going to live under the white boys' rule in Belleville. And you're going to live, not be, but you're going to live like slaves. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Now listen, people, listen good and hard and long. Your guardian of the First Amendment, freedom of speech. Radical Radio, and we should apologize to the radical people because we're much, much worse. But we are seriously always proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. You know, I like people when they say my enemies, it's that I have hate speech. No, it's not hate speech. They just hate the speech that I'm speaking. That's what it is. They just hate it. They don't agree with it. But I have to say to everyone, we all have our rights. You heard me earlier. Proud white lady. Now, she's got every right to her opinion. And I respect that opinion. I didn't agree totally with it. You heard what I said. It's not all the blacks. I stopped it there because I don't think that's right. But she has, as a proud black lady, she has her experiences in life, as we all have, black and white, and some aren't as good as the others. But I want equal treatment for everyone. But when I do say to my political enemies, I don't wish you any bad. But I'll also say to Mark Kern, Mark the big faggot Kern, and Bob, I like pissing in my pants, Sprague, if you could find your ding-a-ling, take it out of your drawers, you wouldn't have your pants so wet all the time. Now, those two guys that come after my son because they couldn't get me, come after my son when he was alive, they come after my son when he was dead. Now, you want to talk about hate. That's not hate, people. That's hatred. That's hatred. And somebody asked me, Bob, you have so much energy every day. Energy doesn't drive me. Hatred for those two son of a bitches and the way the politicians have screwed this country. That's what drives me. We've got another caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Yeah, good morning, Bob. It's Alonzo.
Hey, Alonzo, how you doing, buddy?
I was doing all right, man, until I heard Cynthia, man.
Okay, go ahead.
It says, good morning, Cynthia, wherever you call it from. I think you ought to do your fact checking. You know, you get on the radio today. I'm trying not to use the church words out of respect.
Yeah, please.
You get on the radio today, and you want to say it. You want to talk about the blacks being on food stamps and aid. Why don't you do your fact checking, Cynthia, and you will see that there's more white people on public assistance than there are black.
Well, wait a minute, though, Alonzo. There's a lot more white people in this country than black, so go ahead. I just want to be fair to everybody, but go right ahead.
But you know, Bob, the numbers are still a number. So when she throw it out there to everybody. Don't just say like it's the blacks. That's beside the point. You know, this arrogance thing. You know, I'm listening to her talk. I'm listening to the arrogance in her voice. And see, that's the problem today.
Now, wait a minute, Alonzo. Once again, I disrupt. Now, that's your opinion. Now, how do you know there's arrogance in her voice, Alonzo?
Because I can feel it.
Well, that's you. Okay, now you feel that arrogance. Okay, go ahead.
I felt it in my bones.
Okay.
I felt it in my bones. I wanted to say something else to Cynthia, but out of respect, I think I'm going to pray for Cynthia today. She has a lot of hate to me in her heart, and I'm going to pray for her.
Well, Alonzo, that's awful nice of you. And, you know, people, you've heard me and Alonzo, we go back and forth all the time. I could have not let him on the air. He's a proud black man. You know why I respect what he says? If he called me a no-good son of a bitch, I wouldn't agree with him, but I'd respect what he said because I'm not a hypocrite. I want my word out there. I want my message out there. And if I try to stop somebody else from putting their message out there, then I'm a hypocrite. Alonzo, hey, what else is going on in your world? Let's talk nice for a minute. What the hell else is going on in your world?
Too much of nothing, man. I just look at it like too many people looking down on each other, man. If you would lend your brother a helping hand, then maybe they wouldn't need so much.
You know what, Alonzo? That's probably the smartest thing, and even that I've heard or I've said in the last 6 months. I want to thank you. You kind of made my day, buddy. Thanks for the call, Alonzo. Call back anytime, whether it's good or bad. Just be like me. Calm down the cussing, because we're in enough trouble already. Thanks, Alonzo. Thank you very much, buddy. See, the black and white, we got to get together, people. But these politicians, primarily white, they go down and get some of the plantation Negroes to sell out to the proud black community, and then this crap starts over and over and over again. It's been going on in St. Clair County for 50 years, and it's not going to stop. And guess what? Bob Romanik's not going to stop. I'm not a racist. I'm far from being a racist. I'm a realist, and I'm going to tell you the way it is. Hey, let's talk about Belleville. Let's talk about these ignorant white son of a bitches for a while. First, I want to know, people drive by that debacled Hoff Brew House by the Shrine. That son of a bitch, it's going to take longer to build that than it did the arch, the Gateway Arch. You go by there, they've got a couple guys on the front doing some facade work to make you think they're doing some work. There's been a lot of money spent, and it's been on the infrastructure that the city of Belleville, the good people of Belleville, have spent millions of dollars to get a big sewer line run up here, to get streets. You people understand that you got screwed, and Mark Maximus Vaginus Eckert, the illustrious mayor of Belleville, continues to lie. Now, you got to go over and look. The city of Belleville, the politicians, they didn't sponsor the St. Louis Bread Company on Belleville Crossings, did they? Hell no, they didn't. That son of a bitch is about ready to be open. They started building about a month ago. People drive by Belleville Crossing where Home Depot and Target's at. That place, a private business, private industry, they're ready to go. Now you take the city of Belleville, and some of your aldermen, you guys are idiots. You're going to sit there and let Mark, big pussy boy, Maximus Vaginus Eckert, lie to the people of Belleville, and you're going to go along with him. I had a lot more respect for some of you aldermen, but you guys have sold out. You go by, people, once again, go by Belleville Crossings. The St. Louis Bread Company is just about ready to open. That Hoff Brew House will not be open before next summer if they get the money. And then Kern and Eckert, these guys all get together. They're all in one. Kern, Eckert, Sprague. They've screwed Belleville. They've screwed the county, and they're going to continue because you people let them. I appreciate the information from this nice Belleville citizen, and I was going to bring it up yesterday, didn't have the time. Mark, the big pussy, Maximus Vaginus Eckert, lies. The blood of the people of Belleville's on your hands, Eckert. There's so much crap going on, and he says how safe it is. It's not safe. They've had an armed robbery Monday at the Walgreens right here close to the radio station on North Belt with a gun and a knife. Car stolen off the Altoff parking lot found in East St. Louis. Belleville woman severely beaten by 3 men. Took her phone, took her purse, took her car. You don't hear much of that stuff, do you, people? Because Eckert don't want to tell you. Belleville has not been safe for the last 4 or 5 years. I don't know why, or 10. I don't know why he can't be man enough to say, hey, listen, Belleville's not safe. If I was the mayor, I'd say, people, this is Mayor Romanik. It's not all been my fault. But I'd rather lose the election. I'd rather lose a vote than lose a life. They don't give a damn. They're going to sit there and lie to you. Belleville's not safe, people. And I don't want to scare you. It's not safe. I've told you the story about when I was a chief in Washington Park. I got fired one time. Of course, they hired me back because I did a great job. I had a senior citizens night. I call it Crime Prevention Night. And I told the people down there, this is in the early 80s. You can't sleep with your windows up. You got the screens only. Well, Bob, we can't afford air conditioning and it's nice and cool. I said, you people are going to get killed. And this was in the 80s. The mayor calls me up and says, hey, Chief, I'm firing you. You got everybody upset. You got everybody excited. They're afraid. And I said, well, Mayor, then I did my job because I would have rather lost my job than been the cause of somebody losing their life. It just pisses me off. But Mark Pussy Boy Maximus Vaginus Eckert, the debacle, the no count, good for nothing mayor of Belleville, you lousy lying bastard. All this crime going on, robberies, rapes, dope pushing on the corners. And it's not the policeman's fault. It's your fault. It's lack of leadership from the top down. You and that greasy chief of police, Bill Clay, another plantation Negro. He steps and fetches for the white boys. He's black in color of skin only. But the good people of Belleville, listen to me. Belleville is dangerous. And I would say that if my friends were in office. Don't give a damn about an election. You heard me running for state rep. I didn't give a damn. I wasn't going to kiss your ass or cut your grass. I'm probably the most unconventional candidate that ever ran, and I don't give a damn. I live by my rules. As long as it doesn't hurt anyone, as long as it's not illegal. Maybe it's unacceptable to some people, but a lot of things other people do are unacceptable to me. But that's what makes this country great. That's what makes it so great that we can agree to disagree. But you good people in Belleville, they're screwing you out at that Hoff Brew House. This group from Effingham, nothing's going to happen. And instead of Mark Maximus Vaginus Pussy Boy Eckert, instead of him telling you the truth and cutting their losses, he's going to be like Mark. Now listen, people, shut your ears. Mark, the big faggot Kern, the county board chairman in Belleville, he's going to say the same about the airport. You know the airport where they've got the Allegiant airline, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. He'd rather have you people fly out and make him look good. The most unsafe airline in the country. Why the hell you think they're in Belleville in St. Clair County? They can't go anyplace else because no other political leader would tolerate that. They wouldn't give a damn about votes. They'd give a damn about safety of their citizens. Do you think Mark, the big faggot Kern, cares about you people? If you do, you're crazier than I am because he gives a damn less. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's by-state voice of freedom. Radical radio, and we are, as always, proud to live in this great country, proud to be an American, and definitely proud and honored to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's by-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper of radio. You can go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com, one word, for the best of all three of our great radio stations. You can listen to my repeat performance every day, Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. and now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night at the stroke of midnight. Please like us on Facebook at KQQZ 1190 AM or KZQZ 1430 AM. You can go to my personal Facebook page, Fans of the Grim Reaper. And as always, we're going stronger every day, picking up more support. The St. Clair County Freedom Coalition on Facebook. People, let me tell you, We got a couple minutes left. The National Association for Majority Equality, it's not a racial group. It's not a racist group. It's a group that people come together. The blacks come together, the whites come together, the Jewish people come together, the Italian people come together, the Shriners come together, the police department, fraternal organizations come together. This is a group coming together, and I'm the majority at this point, people. I'm a white man. Of course, I get kicked to the back of the bus a lot, but then I just come right back up to the front. But the National Association for Majority Equality is just that. It says equality for everyone, regardless of race. How can a son of a bitch say that's racist? See, that's what scares the white people. And I'm not afraid of the white. I'm not afraid of the black. I'm not afraid of the devil. I'm actually too stupid to be afraid of anything at this point in my life. I'm going to stand for what I believe in. And I'm not a hypocrite. I believe in equality. You hear me on the air. If a white man's wrong, I'm going to give him crap. If a black man's wrong, I'm going to give him crap. I don't give a damn what color. Most white people are afraid to address racial issues because once they do, they become racist. I'm far from being a racist. I'm less racist than those black plantation Negroes, those Nicaraguans down there. Not the proud blacks, please. Let's never put the proud black community of East St. Louis or any proud black community with these asswiped, sellout black bastards. And that's what they are, because they hurt. They're bigger racist than David Duke of the Ku Klux Klan. And you people down there know it. You're just afraid to talk it. Don't be afraid, people. This is America. Our great military heroes died to give us the right to speak free, to live free, to move free. And I'm going to do all the above. And I hope you good people do. Because this is America. This is not Russia. This is not Iraq. This is not Iran. This is the greatest country on this earth. Let's continue to make it great. I don't give a damn about Donald Trump saying make it great. I don't give a damn about Hillary Clinton. I give a damn about us, the proud American people. We are the only ones that can make America great again. So let's do that, people. Let's unite, black and white, men and women, Democrats, Republicans, not for the political purposes, not for putting these asswipe bastards in office so they can steal and continue to steal. Both Democrats and Republicans, they're all alike. You shake them up, you bring them out, and they're all a bunch of no-good son of a bitches. Not the rank-and-file Democrats, the good people, not the rank-and-file Republicans, the good people, but these political organizations. People are getting away from that. Let's don't let them divide and conquer us, and not as black or white men or women, but as Americans. Let's all stick together, and we can continue. Let's keep this journey going, people. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, and we've taken a lot more than one single step. We're moving forward. Progress is happening. The Democratic culture of corruption lost 3 or 4 judges. They lost some committeemen. They lost the congressman. They lost the sitting chief judge. That shows you how inept. Bob, I'd rather piss in my pants than piss in a urinal sprig, or Mark, the big faggot Kern. That shows you they're losing their power day after day. This is the last run for him. Sprague will be gone. That old son of a bitch go down to Florida and take all that money that he does not deserved. None of this money is he deserved, in my opinion, because he's a piece of political crap. Never get out on Front Street, send his wife out there. What a bitch he, not her, well, her too, but what a bitch he is. So people, let's continue to think about it. The round may have been lost, but this is a long fight. There's more rounds to come, so let's continue to unite, to expose these rotten, political, corrupt bastards, these low-life, bottom-feeding son of a bitch, these political, parasitical punks, these vultures that we call politicians. And one after one, not violently like this idiot sent me an email. Never violent, never violent. Let's knock them off the political perch. Politically, of course, one after one after one. We've done that the election before. We've done that this election. And there'll be more to come. So let's continue to work together to destroy this culture of corruption, not just in St. Clair County, but all throughout this state and this great country of ours. Let's destroy them together. Let's destroy them politically, of course, right here on the dark side.